ball, referee's performance. Straight for the jugular.
Well, we've saved the worst one for last, obviously. He caused all the problems himself, to be fair, but unfortunately it was, you could see it coming into the end, you could see it coming by the way he handled the game from start to finish, and we've had to take 2 players off at half time because they got yellow cards and we don't understand why. And he's saying both players pulled their man back, but there was far more going on than that before they... Listen, it shouldn't detract from what's been a fantastic performance by us again today and a great result and a 20 whatever it is consecutive away victories, but it's just a shame we've had to deal with that on the last day because it's just caused a bit of taste because we won the game and we won the league, so we're happy, but he could have ruined it. It could have ended up far worse. I mean, we've seen one of theirs throw a punch at one of ours. We've seen one of ours throw a punch back, and that was during open play while the game was going on. But they just didn't have no control over it. And he caused a big furore before the game because we brought white shirts and he was saying that we were going to clash. And he made such a big thing out of it, and I just think he wasn't prepared for this type of game. So, but it's gone now and it's done, and we can't do nothing about it. Fortunately, we've managed to get away, hopefully, with nothing too major, no sendings off, and hopefully not too serious an injuries. I mean, Jamie got a bit of a bang, but hopefully he'll be okay.
Can you give us an update on Jamie?
He's just got a whack.
Very, very depressed.
Jamie likes to have a cuddle. Listen, he's been brilliant, but he's got a bang on the foot. It was a collision, so hopefully it is just impact. It's, nothing too serious, but we'll wait and see. I think Johnny said for him to go and have an X-ray just for precaution, but nothing more than that. And hopefully he'll come back and it is just an impact injury and he'll be okay. And a couple of weeks' time he'll be fine.
Going back to the game in terms of the positive side of it, we won't talk about that at all. Lots of chances being created, lots of creativity in the final third, and that's yet another positive side.
It was a fantastic performance because, like we said before the game, it's never easy when you've won it and you've won the competition. And we've talked about, I've talked about with the players about resembling teams that have always been successful, the likes of Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid. Them sort of teams, and how can they do what they do every single year? And it's because they set a standard, and they no matter what the game is, they try and play to that standard every week. And I know that today was more about pride because we've been on such a great run since we lost at Highgate. We've been on such a great run away from home as well, and we wanted to finish with the maximum we could get points-wise. And the players didn't let me down. I felt until sort of maybe 10 minutes into the second half, and we just started getting a bit sloppy. But you can't blame them because they've been fantastic up to then. And then, they get their goal back, but then it just shows how much we've taken our foot off the pedal because once they got the goal back, we all woke up a little bit and we got going again, and we created countless chances, and it could have been far more than 3. And like I said, so we're in really good form at the minute. We're in really good spirits. They're playing some fantastic stuff going forward. We look really strong defensively. So like I said, so it bodes well for the next couple of weeks.
The options you've got at the back now, defensive shell, you probably put 8 different players in there.
Well, I mean, I think it's credit to the players that we changed the whole 11 on Thursday and they went and beat a team who I think have done extremely well this year, Stourport, and you look at their results over the season, they've had, obviously they're a small squad and a young squad, but I think they've been a good one, and I think the way they do things there are really good, the way they're coached is really good, but for us to change the whole 11 and for them to still go and win 3-0, it just goes to show how strong we are as a group with everybody when everybody's available. So, like I said, and that makes it good because then people up their game challenging for places because everyone wants to play. So you get that competition for places, that pushes people onto a different level again, and that, hopefully this is the result of where we are now.
Talk about competition for places. What will you do now with the 2 cup finals that you've got coming up? Westfield's one of those.
Today first. No, again we'll sit down tomorrow.
Obviously Westfield's are going to say we're going to give this a real.
Of course they will. It's a cup final, so and obviously they're local rivals, so of course they will. They're not going to come over and roll over. Not at all. Exactly. So but we've also got to make sure that everybody's okay. We'll see how everybody is tomorrow, and then we'll go about picking a team on Sunday evening, Monday morning that we think can win the game on Monday. And like I said, there may be some players from the play today. There might not be, but until tomorrow night, we probably won't know until we know everybody is.
What a fantastic season! 35 wins in the NFL. Did you think you could make that number at the start?
I don't think that.
Yeah,
number,
not after the first month.
I don't think about after the first month. I certainly thought, but to go the whole season with only 4 defeats and 3 draws, so you've only dropped points in 7 games out of 42. you know, that is a phenomenal record. And as I said before, you know, you've got to credit the players with that, because every week they've come out and played the best of everybody. And today, you know, we played a good side in Shepshed, who you know, I think wherever they're going to finish this year, but they're a strong side. And fourth, so like I said, so you think of over the last couple of weeks, we've played Cowser, who were third at the time, we've played Hina, who were fourth, and we've played Shepshed, who at the time were fifth. So we've played 3 teams in the top 5 and we've blitzed them. So that just shows how good we've been this year. And hopefully that will continue for the next couple of weeks, and then hopefully that will continue going into next season. And you know, hopefully we won't have to start from scratch. So we'll already have a base to start with, a foundation to start with, and we'll just add to it now, hopefully. And you know, rather than having that first 5 games where we're trying to adjust a little bit, we won't need to adjust. We'll be ready, and it'll be a case of other teams adjusting to us. But it's been a phenomenal year from up to now. But like I said, we said to the boys today, you know, we don't want to come here and not put a performance on, and it would be a shame to go to the Vars without another trophy in the cabinet. So you know, so we've got to make sure that we stay right for Monday, and then we stay right for the 10th.
So saying that, it sounds as though you have got some players, I'm not saying lined up, but you've got some thoughts as to how you're going to add to the squad already.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, we've been talking for weeks. The staff, we've been, you know, me and Bish and Rog and Johnny. We sit and talk week after week about players' performances and where they are, and you know, can they be improved? Can they get better? And if they can't, obviously we want to keep evolving the group, and that's why, you know, the team's changed considerably throughout the season. There's been lots of changes throughout the team, and you know, and even the likes of Millsy has now found himself on the bench for a few weeks and that. But that's because the team's evolving, and as long as it keeps evolving, that's the most important thing. The worst thing is for it to stand still. And I could quite easily go into next season and people say, but your squad's good enough already. I think it is good enough, but we want to be better. And sometimes that means that players fall away and you bring new fresh blood in. And I think it would be wrong of us not to bring in some fresh players who people are going to look at and go, okay, so now we see where the intentions of this club are, and we want to keep moving forward with it. So yeah, we've highlighted 1 or 2 already, but obviously we can't talk to anybody till the season comes to an end. But we have highlighted half a dozen or so players, but that doesn't mean to say they're all going to come in. It just means that we've highlighted half a dozen already that we'd like to speak to, and we'll see what happens. But like I said, that doesn't mean to say that they're all going to come or you know, any of them. So we just got to keep working and keep looking and try and make sure we keep getting better.
See you Monday.
See you Monday.